you know the beat, yeah? So you are going to be, what do the words say as you listen to the song?
Mrs. Downfall.
What does it say?
Move like a lady.
Move like a lady, yeah? No, I think that's the words, yeah? So I'm going to do, this side of the room is go, move it like a lady, and then this one will go, da-da, da-da, move it. So you can do it back and forth to bring Abby on. You up for that, yes? Yeah? Let's practice, right? 1, 2, 3. Right, so we're going to bring Abby on. I'm going to start now to bring her on stage, louder than ever, clap your hands, sing the song, we're going to get it going, and when she comes on stage, then you stop singing. You up for that? Yeah! So, everyone, Abby, Myles, 1, 2, 3. That was a fucking hate crime. Dyslexic transvestite walked into a bra. Never underestimate the importance of good entrance music. It was either that or Mysterious Girl. So, my name's Abby Myles, the world's premier female meatloaf impersonator. And they've asked me along to sing a few songs tonight. But I won't do that. So I grew up in the 1980s with the strong male role models of the day. Prince, Freddie Mercury, Jimmy Cranky. My father was a pantomime dame. Oh yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
And my mother was a seamstress. She used to try dresses on me because she couldn't afford to buy a dummy. Luckily, I escaped unscathed with no lasting psychological effects. So, the more observant amongst you might be thinking, this is what could happen if Sandro finds his mum's HRT. So I'd just like to address that obvious question on all your minds. No, this is not my natural hair colour. So I am in fact transgender. I know, I hide it well. I'm the only person I know who threw their own gender reveal party. And so I've actually been diagnosed with something called gender dysphoria. For those of you who don't know what that is, basically it means I'm not comfortable in my own foreskin. So coming out to my parents was quite a challenge. My father was in hospital following a massive heart attack, really ill. And understandably, my mum was very worried. So I thought, I know I'll take her mind off it. So I sat her down, I told her everything, and her words have stuck with me. She said, I really don't understand, but I support you. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Maybe now isn't a good time to tell your dad, though. But my mum's always coming out with daft things. I went round to see my parents recently. I was wearing a lovely green dress. And my mum was looking at me. She said, I'm trying to think who you remind me of from the telly. So, who's that? She said, well, yesterday, I was watching Shrek. Now, my own mum thinks I look like Princess Bloody Fiona. So last time I get a Mac makeover. I have learned a lot about hair and makeup, though. One day I might put some of it into practice. Don't hold your breath, it takes hours to look this mediocre. But being of a certain age is quite a challenge as well. Like most of my friends, I'm on HRT. They're all going through menopause at the moment. I'm going through puberty. So good, I did it twice. But since starting HRT, I've had a lot of really unwelcome side effects. Recently, I've discovered I've completely lost the ability to, parallel park. I no longer understand the offside rule. And I often come close to peeing myself. That's mainly because I don't know what toilet I'm allowed to use anymore. It's not all bad. I do take a lot more diversity boxes now, so I'm getting a lot more work. That's good. I make a banging gravy. And I always get a seat on the bus. I think that's because I look pregnant, though. But I have been trying to do a lot more girly things at the moment. I recently got myself a nail tech. That was good. She checks every couple of weeks. I go in, she checks the nails. She's like, oh, they're growing lovely. We need to have a talk. Okay. She said, you've got to remember, those are not sex fingers anymore. You're not going to hurt someone. Tracy, you have a better opinion of my chances than I do right now. So, a lot of difficulties these days. Dating is quite awkward for me. I've got a lot of straight, cis women friends. We go out to a lot of regular clubs and bars. It's difficult. Plus, I won't go to a gay bar because I hate ABBA and Steps. So these days, if I see a girl I like at a bar, I don't ask if she's single anymore. I've got to ask if she's got a gay sister. But I was telling a friend recently about the predicament, and she said, well, just bite the bullet, just go for men. Where there's a will, there's a way. I said, yeah, but my problem is, where there's a willy, there's no fucking way. So, I've always had problems with it though. Even my exes, I've had a pretty bad mix of exes, they've been weird. One of them was obsessed with getting dungarees. It was a weird thing. Only two types of people can wear dungarees: decorators and pregnant women. And lesbians, obviously, but I'm not brave enough to tell them otherwise. I said to her, you're neither of those, you can't have dungarees. And she said, go on, no. And a few months later, I got back from work, and very excitedly, she ran up to me. She said, I can finally get dungarees. I was so happy. My kitchen was finally getting painted. No, it was the other reason. It was a difficult time, sadly it came to nothing, and a very hard time for us both. But on the bright side, no dungarees. So that's winning. My most recent ex and I, we had a massive argument before we split, and she said, you know what your problem is? You have to make everything about you. So last year I wrote my life story, and then this year I took up stand-up, so that showed her. So my social life has improved no end, so it's brilliant. The girls in work recently asked me out to bottomless brunch in Coyote Ugly. No one told me that bottomless meant drinks, not dress code. That's the last time they asked me to dance on the bar. I certainly put the cock in cocktails that night. Yes, starting comedy was a good thing for me. I've got a very addictive personality. I'm glad I was introduced to comedy and not crack. I have actually become patron of a new charity recently, though. We're rehabilitating drug users by teaching them comedy. It's called Crack Jokes, Not Pipes. But I've always wanted to get involved in comedy. Ironically, it's only now I've had the balls to do it. But I've been working a lot. I've been trying to get paid work. It's very difficult in comedy. You end up taking whatever you can. Recently, I took a job in a fetish club. I thought a nice gig in a fetish club, that would be great. I say gig. I've got a humiliation fetish. So I thought if people were paying to laugh at me, it was a win-win. Fetish clubs are weird places though, aren't they? So I'm told. Yeah, yes means yes. No means yes. Banana muffin means please stop, I don't like that. So I was in the club, I got up on stage, I did my set. Nobody laughed. Best night ever. But yeah, I've been working on my comedy now for a couple of months, trying to make things better. I've been trying to work out how I can make my set funnier. So I've been studying all the classic comedians of old, and I realised they all had some sort of addiction issue or deep personal trauma they could draw from. Now obviously I don't have any of that. So I thought, what am I going to do? And I thought, I know, I'm going to get myself a drug habit. Yeah, so I did what all middle-aged women do. I went on Facebook to see what I could find. And there it was in front of me. I found myself a local meth dealer. It's perfect. I should have gone to Specsavers. It was a local moth dealer. Yeah, my front room now looks like Silence of the Lambs. Not good at all. And yeah, but I've had to do a range of jobs through my life, all the usual stuff: car mechanic, aircraft fitter, pro wrestler. None of them have matched the glamour of stand-up. I say glamour. Yeah, it's all driving home, late nights, road closures, counting the traffic cones between Swansea and Barry, 1,987 at the last one. And learning how to maximise your Tesco meal deal, that's important. Triple sandwich, can of Monster, an indoor bar. Take it from me, best value, brilliant. And I've got this ritual I do on the way to gigs now. There's two things I always do. I listen to music in the car, and I practice my set a lot, and I smoke a lot of cigarettes. There's three things I do on the way to gigs. I listen to music, I practice my set, I smoke a lot of cigarettes, and I eat my Tesco meal deal. Four things I do on the way to gigs is listen to music, practice my set, smoke a lot of cigarettes, eat my Tesco meal deal, and imagine other road users naked. Were you behind me on the motorway earlier? But yeah, I love music. Big part of my life for a long time. Big into rock music. Have we got any rock fans in? Yes. Yes. Any Metallica fans in? We're going to see Metallica next year in Cardiff. Yeah, good luck. I saw them when they were still good. About 30 years ago. Yeah, but have you heard, after this tour, James Hetfield, the singer, is retiring. Have you heard about that? He's apparently going to leave music completely and open his own little bed shop called Nothing Else Mattress. But growing up when I did in the 80s was difficult for seeing the good bands. We never got the good bands in Wales. We had local tribute acts. It wasn't quite the same. We had Talbot Green Day. Yeah, it wasn't so much American Idiot as Ponce Breathe Pisshead. We had Merthyr Head with Ace of Blades. And then from deepest, darkest Newport, we had Limp Bizkit. Now, this song doesn't need to be changed at all, but we do have a little bit of an action to make it more Newport. So if we could all raise our hands like this, and just do a little action like that. Now keep going. Rolling, 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 keep rolling, rolling. How to make a song more Newport instantly. Unfortunately, the Iron Maiden tribute band didn't take off too well. Calling your band Iron Lady in Wales was a bad idea. Yeah, so as part of Generation X, a brilliant group of people to belong to. Basically, for those who don't know about Gen X, we were born dead inside. Emotionless, cynical, borderline sociopaths. That reads a lot like my Tinder profile. Give it a swipe, you will be disappointed. But yeah, it's weird. We used to date in real life. We didn't need apps. Go to the pub, have a few beers, meet the love of your life, have a drunken fumble out the back, get stuck with them until the kids go to uni. And pubs have given way to the coffee shops now, haven't they? You see all the youngsters in the caffeine emporiums on their dates. I say dates, they're on their phones ignoring each other. And I was in one the other day, saw a middle-aged guy there on his own, no phone, no laptop, just drinking coffee, like a psychopath. So, as I said earlier, I published my life story last year. This abnormal, available from all good bookshops and Amazon. Yeah, please buy it. I'll get about 40p. I did recently do a book signing in Waterstones, though. Yeah, I wrote "I Hate You" on 9 3/4 Harry Potter books. Banned for life. So that's nearly time for me. If you like what you see, please give me a follow on the socials. Myles Comedy on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. Don't bother with the Tinder. It's really not worth it. But before I go, I feel obliged to tell an actual joke. How many gender critical people does it take to change a light bulb? What do you mean change? You can't change your light bulb. You've always been a light bulb. You'll always be a light bulb. Thank you very much. I've been good. Happy Myles. Good night.